Hi everybody, it's Rebecca Gordon with Gordon Marketing. This is video 3 in my video series on HealthShare Ministries. So I hope you've already seen the first 2, and I hope that you have either had a chance to come to one of my CE classes on health options for Americans or have tuned into some of my webinars. Keep in mind, in order to sell the Altrua HealthShare plan, you have to be certified, and I can do those certification classes. And you have to take a test. And you have to pass your test. They give you 3 tries. I'm going to give you 2 tries. If you can't pass an open book test more than twice, forget it. Forget it. This isn't for you. So you have to have an 84. You'll get your certificate. You'll get an email with your own portal. So all these applications are done online. You can do a paper one, but they want them online. And then that's also the platform where you will go and review your book of business. I want to just back up and touch on a couple more things on this plan that we haven't talked about yet. So we have said that it is underwritten. You have a 12-month pre-ex. As an agent, you have to have E&O. Now, you should call your E&O carrier and say, do you cover HealthShare Ministries? And if they say no, that's fine. You still have to have E&O. They only want to work with licensed agents who have E&O. And the reason being is that if an agent does not carry E&O, that person could be deemed a little bit more, I don't want to say reckless in the industry, but a prudent person in this industry will always carry E&O no matter what. Even if the carriers require it or not, it is a protection. It kind of sets you apart, and this is the type of agent they want to work with. You have to carry E&O. You have to be a licensed agent in your resident state. You can sell these plans everywhere except Montana. Montana is the only state that will not recognize Altrua. So in 49 other states, you can sell them cross state lines. You do not have to send us a copy of your non-resident license, but I do want a copy of your residence license. Again, I want a licensed agent who has E&O. Excellent. And you must be certified and have passed your test. Simple. Okay, so if we look into our information booklet, and again, this is your Bible. You need to print this out. You need to follow along with this. You need to read it. I have gobs and gobs and gobs of markings in mine because it's just reprogramming my brain to look at this differently. But we're going to look at the membership types. We have a standard and we have an advantage. Now, the standard plan has basically these breakdowns. And we're going to pull up the plan right here where we have the MRA. You're going to have first MRA, second MRA. You're going to have your doctor copays, your drugs, your maternity. So I want to break down what all of this means. So under the gold plan for standard, first MRA is $500. Now, this says per person per calendar year. So these benefits work on a calendar year, January 1 to December 31st. And remember I said an MRA is anything that your customer is responsible for. We may call this a deductible. It's per person, so there is no family max. If you have a family of 6, all 6 people right off the cuff will have a $500 MRA. Now the second MRA, if you're looking in this booklet, I like to break down like this. You're going to have second MRA affiliated provider, and then you're going to have non-affiliated. Affiliated provider means doctor. So this is any type of person. This is a doctor, a specialist, practitioner, and this is with the network PHCS. So you do have a network with this plan. And all the rates have already been negotiated with all of the doctors. So we have first MRA, which is another word for deductible. Our second MRA is more of our coinsurance. And there's kind of two parts, the doctor part and the hospital part. PHCS is our network. And so when they say affiliated providers, they're talking about all the doctors, all the specialists, all the people that are with PHCS. So you go to them, and what you're going to see is your responsibility is 25% of the next 10,000 in claims. So your max out of pocket is $2,500. Just like old-fashioned health insurance. 25% of the next 10,000 in claims is $2,500. So right now, just in this example, I would have a $500 first MRA, max out of pocket $2,500 second, but this is just for doctors. These have already been negotiated. This is your network. Very simple. Hospitals. Inside the booklet, it may say non-affiliated. All that means is that there is no network on hospitals. So all health ministries, all clients get an ID card. They're fantastic looking. We have a copy on our website. All facilities and doctors, you're going to be deemed as self-pay. And the beauty of being deemed self-pay is you automatically get a lower rate. If you ever go to your doctors or a surgeon or anyone, chances are they will say, well, do you have insurance? And if you say no, your rate will automatically be lower. It's the craziest thing. If you say, I do have insurance, your rate goes back up to here. So because we are going to come in as a self-pay, we're automatically getting a lower rate. Then anything with the hospital is going to be negotiated by Altrua's negotiating team. So the founders of Altrua, what's cool about them is that their leadership owned a negotiating company that negotiated medical bills. And that is this serious golden ticket to why this plan works. They know how to lower those bills and then have the health benefits kick in. So hospitals, this is called non-affiliated because we're not part of the network, which means you can go to any hospital, right? You can go anywhere. It's all good. But instead of 25%, you are now paying 50% of the next 10,000. Or your max out of pocket would be $5,000. Now, whenever I sold health insurance in the past, I always spoke to my clients about worst case scenario. If I'm laying up at Riverview Hospital down the street from me with a $100,000 claim, what is the max I'm on the hook for? And that was always deductible plus coinsurance. That was it. So we have a max here. Our max out of pocket worst case scenario is we have our first MRA and then a combination of these two of 5,000. Doesn't matter how you get to that next 5,000. It could be so much from here, so much to here, but it won't exceed 5,000. So your max worst case scenario is this plus this, which equals 5,500. Now, this is the math for the gold plan. If you were to look at the silver plan or the bronze plan, your first MRA is going to go up. So this max out of pocket is going to go up, right? And a rule of thumb is the higher your first MRA, the lower your premium is going to be. But it's important that you understand how these MRAs work. First MRA is always your deductible. Your second one, that's coinsurance. We break it up into two columns. Doctors, hospitals. Doctors are already been negotiated with PHCS. Your client's on the hook for 25% of the next 10, max of 25. Hospitals, they're called non-affiliated, and all that means is we're going to negotiate the rates. They don't have to go to a PHCS hospital, which is really good because there could be some hospitals in your area that wouldn't be part of PHCS that you would want to go to. That's now 50%. So no matter how you get there, 5,000 is your max for both of these together. This plus this is your max out of pocket. If you followed that, you're a genius. I'm going to do some sample claims on my next video. I want you to watch this again. I want you to pull out a sheet of paper and a pencil and just understand this math. The rest of it's super easy. This isn't that hard, but it's just different, right? It's just different. So look for video 4. I'll talk to you in a minute.